Hey Cole, this is Greg, and we connected on the Tinting Facebook group, and I said that I'd shoot you a quick video looking at your site, giving any suggestions that I see that might increase traffic to your business via your website. So let me give you a little bit of an overview of the things that I talk about. So really, it's all about getting to the top of Google. If you're not in the first three results, top three results here in organic, and or in the map pack, you're not giving yourself the best chance of scoring any traffic. In fact, you're missing out on 90% of the traffic. The way that I think about this problem is in three dimensions. Firstly, the content, the words, images, quality and quantity on your site. Secondly, the backlinks. So this is Google's popularity contest. The more sites that you can persuade to link to your site, the better. As long as those sites are trusted, then that trust flows to you. And the third thing are citations. So the number of times that your business name, address, and phone number are mentioned on directories throughout the web, both local and national. So let's go ahead and take a look at content first here for you. So the first thing I say is that this image really pops. It's engaging. What's really important when traffic lands on you, so there are two things here. There's getting more traffic and there is converting that traffic. We'll talk about getting more traffic in a second, but in terms of converting that traffic, what I think is super important is that the homepage, the first image that potential customers see, really firstly is engaging, and secondly gives them a reason to look further. So people landing on your site might be looking for tinting, they might be looking for ceramic, they might be looking for detailing, we don't know. And I would suggest that it might be a good idea to be a bit more explicit on this homepage about what your offer is, or what you do. Because really you have 2 or 3 seconds to capture someone's attention, to answer that initial question of, am I in the right place? And if they don't see that sort of first hint that they're in the right place, they might bounce. So that's the only suggestion I'll give you here from an aesthetics point of view, design point of view. But let's talk about more traffic. So we're talking about content. Google doesn't care about aesthetics, they care about content, quality and quantity. In terms of quantity, they want to see at least 1,500 words on the homepage and at least 500 words per service page in the back end. Usually it's a good idea to have a separate service page for each service that you do, and in a drop-down menu here, rather than hidden on the page itself. Okay, this is just a usability tip. When people are very quickly scrolling through a site, as they hover over these action buttons, if there's a drop down, it very quickly tells them where to go next, rather than having to navigate into a page. But anyway, small point. The reason why Google wants to see all this quantity of content is because they assume that if you can write in volumes about your services, that you are an authority and that you can be trusted. Secondly, though, they assume that if you can write all these words, somewhere in these words is going to be the answers that their customers are seeking. So it's worth thinking about those points there. I took a quick count of the words on your site. So you've done a pretty good job of building out good volume here. Your homepage has maybe half the words that it should do. Really, on this homepage, you should be speaking about your company, your services, your mission, your unique selling point. Why they should choose your business over another tinting business. Things like that. Okay, as we scroll down to your services pages, yep, paint protection, good number there. Tinting, slightly short. Detailing, probably okay. Graphics and signs, slightly short. Vinyl wrapping, probably okay. But again, the point here is that more volume is better. And really what is critical here is also to figure out what your competition is doing and to beat them in this regard. That's on the quantity side. Quality is important too. These are the words that you choose to write into your content. So we talked about keywords, and I'm sure you've heard of keywords or keyword phrases. An example of a keyword phrase is, or are, tint Elk River, or car detailing Elk River, or ceramic pro Elk River. So these are the phrases that your customers use in Google to find you. And if you've got these phrases also in your content, then Google can very easily make a match between the search and your content. They can see relevance, they can see a connection, and they find it easier to lift you up into into search. So we're going to take a look at keywords here. First thing I'll mention is that I do note that for many of these searches, you are showing up in the map pack, which is awesome, and you are showing up at the top of organic. But let's take a look at the back end here and see what's going on in terms of keywords and see if we can break down what happens or what needs to happen to get you more traffic. So here's your site, Cole. Here's what I'm seeing. So currently, the two important numbers on this screen are organic traffic. So currently, your website, as it's optimized today, attracts 8 or visitors organically per month. So I know that you want to lift that number a bit. But what I will say is that Elk River has 25,000 people, so it's not a large market. And I wonder if there are other towns and cities nearby. I know Minnesota's nearby, about 40 minutes away. But are there other towns and cities that you should be targeting to get traffic from, to throw your net wider? Okay. So we're going to take a look at the keywords that you've built into your site. Okay, here they are. So what I want to see when I look at keywords is I want to see these buyer intent location-based keywords. Location-based being, in this particular case, Elk River, and the buyer intent word is tint. I'm looking for tint in Elk River. I want to see variances or variations of this for all the services you offer and for all the locations or areas that you serve. Another example, car detailing, Elk River, Ceramic Pro, Elk River. Let's have a look what's in your site. Okay, so what I'm seeing here is I'm not seeing a lot of these by intent location-based keywords. Okay, so let's see if we can find one. Okay, quick search here shows me. Yeah, this one's kind of there. Auto window tinting, Minnesota. But you know, Minnesota's a big place, and you want to be able to be a bit more localized in your keyword targeting. Okay, let's have a look at backlinks now. Okay, so backlinks are the number of times, or the number of times or domains that will link back to your site, and those links drive trust and power to your site. What's really important here is that the backlinks that you choose should be high quality backlinks. I'm looking at your backlink profile here, the domains that are linking to you. This score here, this DR score, is a domain strength out of 100. First thing that I'll say is you want to find the strongest domains to link to you, but also those domains should be relevant to your industry and your services. Not knowing what most of these links are, my first observation is you've got several in here that are weak. These are weak links. These are pulling power away from your site. Flat long, and all these ones down here. Okay, so really what you want to be doing here is stripping away all of these backlinks that are harming you, the weak links, and go in and find out, get a whole list of other domains that will link to you that are powerful and relevant, and reach out to them. Often it's a matter of reaching out and requesting or paying for a link, but the idea here is to really build this profile as powerful as it can be. The third thing I'll talk about is citations. So citations are the number of times that your business name, address, and phone number are mentioned anywhere on the web. This gives you the best chance of winning the map pack here, which you are in. Again, the idea here is to go out and find as many citations as possible in as many directories as possible to win yourself the map pack. Now, what I'm seeing here, and this is an interesting situation, Cole, because you know you are in the map pack here. You are at the top of organic search for tint Elk River. My suspicion here, the reason why your organic traffic is so low, is that your keyword strategy is maybe lacking somewhat. Is the only thing that I can think of. And also, so what I mean by that is really target those buyer intent keywords that speak to all of your services, and maybe think about targeting larger areas. Minnesota, okay, it's 40 minutes away, but I wonder whether you can grab customers from some of the outer areas of Minnesota or some other towns nearby, because that's really where you're going to get your traffic from. as I mentioned, Elk River is pretty small, so I'm not sure what the I don't know what the opportunity is there um, to grab additional business. So it's an interesting one for me. The other thing that I would say in general is that if you attract more traffic, find out ways of grabbing the attention of that traffic as soon as they land on your site. Tell everyone exactly what your services are. Perhaps optimize the search bar at the top here for a drop down. All these little touches make it easier for customers to stick and to convert. So I hope this has been helpful. I like the look of the site, and I think you're doing a good job in terms of getting to the top of Google. But there are some little tweaks that you can make here to perhaps grab more traffic and then land that traffic, convert that traffic when it hits your site. So Cole, without further ado, I'm going to send you this video. I hope that you find it useful, and I'd love your feedback if you get a minute. All right, take care.